beloved friends, and welcome once again to another Divine Laws program where you and I study the very laws that shall govern our lives, not only for now but throughout immortality. So it is with much gratitude to God, to Master Jesus, and to the mentor spirits who have prepared these moments for us time and again, that we unite in order to study question 80 of the Spirit's book by Kardec. Let us then begin, shall we? In question 80, Kardec asks, is the creation of spirits continuous, or did it only occur at the beginning of time? And the answer from the illuminated spirits is very clear and concise. They say to Kardec and to all of us that creation is continuous, which means that God has never ceased creating spirits. This is very coherent on the part of our perfect Creator because, beloved friends, since God designed the law of work, it makes perfect sense that God itself is the perfect embodiment of the law of work. The law of work, according to Spiritism, as we have studied together in this very program, entails being useful to God, to others, and to oneself, aiming at our very own spiritual progress. So, question for us. First therapeutic question of tonight. Do we have eyes to recognize God's constant creation in our lives? For example, can we recognize the friends, both incarnate and discarnate, which God sends our way to serve as God's loving instruments in our lives? Do we recognize the opportunities, for instance, that God creates to allow for us to acquire eternal wisdom, such as this very moment? Do we recognize the harmony that God creates and multiplies in nature as we observe nature? So, this is our first therapeutic question. Our second therapeutic question is, what are we ourselves co creating with God? Because as God's children, we were granted on a minor scale, of course, the ability to co create, to multiply the good with the permission of God. So, are we able to recognize the opportunities that God grants us to co create the good through God's very own loving permission? For instance, every time we speak, we are co creating the good when we choose to multiply kindness, compassion, understanding, forgiveness through our words. Our very words serve as instruments of divine love. How about our actions? The very same thing. Every time we choose consciously to act with kindness, to silence ourselves in a moment of irritation, to stop and reflect on someone's qualities, and to help them continue to develop those qualities as we wish others to help us as well, we are multiplying and co creating the good. So, within the next 24 hours, beloved friends, You and I are invited to consciously think about one, which are the opportunities that God has granted us to multiply the good? And two, how are we utilizing these blessed opportunities in order to multiply the good through conscious choices in terms of our feelings, thoughts, words, gestures, and actions? God has placed us in this reincarnation, especially through the knowledge of Spiritism and having given us Master Jesus as a guide and model in order for us to learn to think of the collective good. So, how are we putting the good into action in order to co create goodness with God? Did you realize, beloved friends, that God is counting on you and I to be divine instruments in our circles of action? So, this is the proposal for tonight. Let us first praise God for God's perfect creation. And secondly, let us thank God for the many opportunities we have to co create the good in God's name and presence. What a beautiful proposal from on high for all of us, beloved friends. So let us keep looking for the good, feeling the good, visualizing the good, and multiplying the good together, shall we? In the meantime, let us continue to be inspired by Kardec Radio, which celebrated its 14th anniversary, nourishing our souls daily. So we wish everyone a beautiful day or night wherever you may find yourselves. And we already look forward to seeing everyone again next time. Bye for now, beloved friends.
Thank you for tuning in to Kardec Radio, where we are always nourishing our souls.